I'm a four-time Amazon best-selling author, and I'm a recovering egoholic. But I'm also, let me say, the host of the 10 Commandments of Leadership. The 10 Commandments of Leadership is a daily, weekday podcast wherein we work to achieve two primary objectives. Number one, we want to educate, equip, and empower emerging leaders with God thought leadership. God thought leadership. And number two, our goal is to present current events and newsmakers in the light of best practices from the Bible. Best practice from the Bible. Now, I will make a confession to you today. I know that I talk about current events and newsmakers, but there is a song that has just been going on in my head, and I'm going to go back old school on you today because I want to make a certain point to you, and I hope that you will tolerate this old school boy and this particular point. The song is "I Just Want to Testify What Your Love Has Done for Me." Now, I just want to testify, not just because it's Hump Day Wednesday, not just because it's July, but because something's glowing in me today and I need to let it shine. You might remember, then again, you might not, but you might remember that old R&B classic that I was singing from 1967 by the Parliaments. Now, the Parliaments were the forerunners of George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelics, okay? The song was "I Just Want to Testify." I mean, I just remember the words so well. Friends, inquisitive friends, are asking me what's come over me. A change? There's been a change, and it's oh so plain to see. Love just walked in on me, and it's taken me by surprise. Happiness surrounds me. You can see it in my eyes. Now, it was just a little while ago that my life was incomplete. I was down so doggone low, had to look up at my feet, and don't you know that I just want to testify. I can't shake that. And there's a reason why I can't shake that out of my head today. The reason is that I'm testifying not only about human love, but about holy love. And what happens when you really spend time with God. Let me issue to you a spoiler alert right now. When you spend time alone with God, it shows. But let me go back. Let's go back to Exodus in the Old Testament, in the Bible, Exodus chapter 34. It said that Moses spent 40 days alone with God. This happened after Moses had broken the original stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, angered at the Israelites and their golden calf idolatry while he was gone. And then God called him back up to the mountaintop. Another chance, another climb, another encounter. But when Moses came back down this time, his face was glowing. His face was glowing. But here's the thing. He didn't even know his face was glowing. Exodus 34 verse 29 says, Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had been talking with God. But interestingly enough, everybody else knew. In fact, they were afraid to even come close to Moses. Why? Hear me. Because real transformation shows before it speaks. Real transformation shows before it speaks. That's what egoholism recovering looks like. And when we surrender, when we confess, when we fast, when we listen, God rewires us from the inside out. When we surrender, when we confess, when we fast, and when we listen, God rewires us from the inside out. And when that love walks in on you, like the song says, you glow. Hey, I'm not talking about something that I've read. I'm not talking about something that I think. I'm telling you what I know. Let me speak from the well of experience. 17 months ago, I married one of my best friends, Ginger. And people still come up to me and say, even now, Tim, you look lighter. You look lighter, Tim. Now, don't get it twisted. I know they're not talking about my weight. Don't I wish? They're talking about my glow, the glow that I have, the glow that I now have for 17 months that I haven't had for quite some time. One friend with real compassion said to me, Tim, could you maybe show less happiness? That hit me. I mean, that really, really hit me because I realized that what they were saying is, Tim, could you veil your face just a little bit? Why? Hear me. Because sometimes my glow and your glow confronts their shadows. Let me say that again. Sometimes my glow and your glow confronts their shadows. And Moses knew that feeling. He veiled his face not to hide God's glory, but to give others the space in order to heal. Not to hide God's glory, but to give others the space to heal. And here's today's leadership lesson, leadership tension for you. When do you veil the glow? And when do we shine anyway? Well, here's what I've learned. Compassion says we honor their journey, but conviction says we never hide the evidence of grace. Compassion says we honor their journey, but conviction says we never hide the evidence of grace. So here's my personal test. Is this glow, my glow, is it about God's glory or is it about my own validation? Is it about God's glory, this glow I have, or is it about my own validation? If it's about God, then let it shine. If it's about my ego, then put it on pause. Okay? So here's your Tim commandment for today. Don't dim your glow to make others comfortable. Instead, let your transformation speak before you do. Don't let your glow make others, don't dim your glow to make others comfortable. Instead, let your transformation speak before you do. Let me bring that even closer to home. I remember looking at my mother's college yearbook, her graduating senior yearbook, 1949 from Oakwood College. At that time, small school, so graduating seniors had their favorite quotations beside their name. And the one that she put beside her name that I will never forget, she said, "What you do speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you say. What you do speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you say." What's coming from inside you is really the communication. Words may not necessarily sync with that. Very important point. So once again, don't dim your glow to make others comfortable. Instead, let your transformation speak before you do. You see, egoholism is real, but so is recovering. When love walks in on you, like the song said, you glow, and your glow becomes someone else's lighthouse. Your glow becomes someone else's lighthouse. So climb the mountain, as did Moses. Sit with God, as did Moses. And when you come down, glow anyway, and let that light lead. So if today's message has spoken to you, then read the full post on today's LinkedIn and then catch the more complete explanation of this in my Valley Weekly column next week. And share with someone who is dimming their light to try to comfort someone else. Until the next time, keep leading from the middle and keep glowing from within. When you've been with God, when you've had a mountaintop experience, There are those who are back in your valley realities who will not be comfortable, will not be comfortable. But you and I both know, and I've said it several times, comfort is the enemy of achievement. Comfort is the enemy of achievement. Glow, shine. If that light is for God's glory, then let it shine. If it's for your ego, put it on pause. I hope that you have been informed. I hope that you've been encouraged. I hope that you've been inspired by today's message. It is entitled, after the fact, Glow, Your Glow in the Dark Leadership. Thank you, and God bless you. And I'll look for you tomorrow with another message from God through me to you. Take care.